I'm here because I have a very important message to spread and a problem to solve. So, the problem that I see most often is that there's so much information out there about how to heal your gut. So, you don't have to just rely on your doctor. You can do the research yourself, you can do the protocols, you can cut out foods, but it doesn't work. Most of the time, it doesn't work. You stay stuck and you don't know why you're stuck, and you're sort of spinning your wheels and creating more overwhelm and more confusion. And I want to bring you more clarity today. I want to bring you clarity in how to think about healing and see the missing blind spots, what you're not seeing. And I'm going to introduce you to my 4-root system. And it's a way to think about healing holistically. So the 4-root system, this is the system that I developed over 13 years of health coaching and what works and what doesn't work, and it's based on my actual client success stories. So it's a way to uncover your healing blind spot. So the first root is the physical root. Now this is the root most people focus on, but I think the focus is misguided. I bring the focus back to the basics. Minerals. Does the body have enough energy to heal? If the body does not have enough minerals or energy to heal, the body's not healing. Looking at your organ systems, for example, if you're trying to clear something like H. pylori or SIBO, but your adrenals are shot, or you have low stomach acid, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to deal with that first before you do any killing protocols. The second root is the mental root. Now, there's a lot of mind rewiring programs out there, so this is catching on. But it's important to remember that your mind matters in healing. The way you look at your body, what you believe about your healing journey, this matters so much. And I just want to remind you about the placebo effect. This is very well known in the mainstream medical community, that when you believe you're going to heal, even if you get a sugar pill, you're healing. You're going to feel better just because you believe you have the medicine. And my tagline here is, you are the medicine. So if you believe you're going to heal, you're sending messages to your body that healing is happening. When you do the opposite, when you think, oh my gosh, I've tried everything, nothing works, my body's broken, I'm going to stay like this forever, this creates a stressor that puts a lot of cortisol through your system and has an effect on your body. So the third root is the emotional root, and I think that this is the root that's probably the most overlooked. And when you have trauma is just stored emotion that was too overwhelming to feel at the time. So there's lots of emotions that we store that were too overwhelming, that might not have been classified as trauma, but your body is carrying a load. And they're very intense emotions, they're very unpleasant emotions like grief and anger and fear. So when you're carrying that load and you've stored it somewhere in your body, it's subconscious, you're not even aware that you're carrying it, but it still has an effect on your nervous system. Because of that, your body is stuck in fight or flight or freeze, and it does not ever get into rest and digest. So when you release those emotions, when you finally feel them, it's not talking about them, it's just feeling them, letting them go. They take about 90 seconds to pass through you. When you feel them, you lighten your load, and you allow your body to use that energy for healing. Lastly, it's the energetic root, and this is definitely the least well known. But as a highly sensitive person, as an empath, I know that you feel things that other people don't feel, and that's energy. And the way you work with this part of yourself is getting an alignment with your natural rhythm and who you are as a person. And so we can leak energy when we always say yes, never speak our truth, live at a pace that doesn't work for us, too fast, pushing our boundaries. Also, spending time in environments or around people who drain our energy. These are all ways that you can experience energy leaks and poor energy boundaries. What's most important here is to set an intention of what you want and live in alignment with it. And ask yourself, what matters most to you? And are you living in alignment with that and who you are? And I know that that's a really big question, but that's something that we ask in my group coaching program. So we know that stress drives disease, but these are all the different quadrants of yourself, layers of yourself that you can have stress, you can harbor stress. And when you see clearly one of these areas, say perfectionism or not believing you can heal, or having cortisol or low stomach acid or low minerals, or living out of alignment with who you are, or all of this unprocessed emotion, when you see what it is that needs tending to, then you can take your energy and focus it on that thing, and it brings clarity and helps you move forward. It gives you momentum. And once you clear the heaviest weight, the heaviest stressor, everything else just seems to come easier. The body again starts to heal like it was designed to heal. So this four-root process is about seeing all of you and living a life in alignment with support based on who you are. Then I would love to have you in my group coaching program. We're starting October 11th. It's a 3-month program. It's a group program. It's a beautiful container where we support each other. And if you want to go further and finding out what your blind spots are, that's what I help you uncover in this program. Then I created a quiz for you that helps unlock some of your healing blind spots. And that's something that is in the link in my bio, and figure out where it is that you need to start first. And the link to my program is also in my bio. And soon I'm going to have a mineral guide for you as a companion to the quiz. So when you have your answer, you can figure out what to do next, what kind of foods to eat. I have been healthy for the last 2 decades plus, and I'm sharing what I did, the process that I did to help me get there. But it's different for everybody. It's not a protocol. It's a road back to yourself, and the belief. Remember how important the mental quadrant is, but it's the belief that the medicine is you. And if you believe that, I'd love to welcome you inside the program, and we can find that medicine together.